Um, Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
How does Rise of an Empire relate to the first 300 in terms of time and place?
I think they're. I've used this parallel before, which is it's two trains leaving the station at the same time. So they're just on parallel tracks, and the same 3 days as what was going on really in the north at the hot gates in Thermopylae. Other things were going. If you're in kind of tight on a lens looking at that one battle, then you pull back into that kind of wide overlook of Greece. Now we get to see, okay, this was going on the coast, this was going in Sparta, in Athens, and you really get to see the bigger context of what was going on in this war.
I think it's a cool conceptual idea that you actually have a companion film, or an equal, as we call it, not just a sequel or a prequel, because it really is it gives you another perspective about the same thing that happened at the same time. So it really is something original in that construct, because you've really quite never seen that done that way.
Tell me who Themistocles is, and as quickly as possible, I suppose, because there's a lot that could be said about that, and what Sullivan brings to that role.
Well, Themistocles always, maybe we start looking for Themistocles, for me is a very complex character, because he's not only a warrior, but he's also a politician. And he's a politician that is driven by ideas and also by personal agenda, and of success and power and all that. So I think he grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, and sort of comes from the people on the poorer side, the lower side of Athens, and rises up to become who he is. So he has to have all of that complexity of being a charmer and being sexy and being very smart and driven and have an ideology. And we were looking for Sullivan, and we were looking for that character. And I remember seeing Animal Kingdom and was completely blown away by it. And we looked and looked and looked, and there was no question that he is the guy, and he's amazing. We love him. I love him.
With the character of Artemisia, why make the choice to give her a more personal reason for vengeance? In meaning that, in history, she's a queen, she has these ships, she's sided with the Persians essentially by geography. But in the film, you've added a little bit to that, embellished it a little, so that it's more personal. She had been attacked, her family had been persecuted.
Yeah, and that was a choice. Zach and I are looking at a way into. It's a fine line to walk and get sympathetic or get sympathy for your villain or for your bad guy, but we wanted to explore that it's just not black and white, and there are gray areas here, and that we're that people are complex, and so giving her a backstory that has many layers to it, and that there could be something fueling her besides that that she's just a commander, or that she's a queen, or that she's been entrusted, or just flip sides, but that she has something kind of deeply rooted within her that makes her want to watch Athens burn. And I think that's where Zach was coming from.